Yeah, hello, I welcome you to my channel today. And today we want to look at how to get rid of stretch marks caused by pregnancy. Um, in our previous post, we talked about how to get rid of of stretch mark caused by bleaching cream for people who are probably who change their cream or who are using bleaching cream. You can find the link just in the description box below. But now I want to look at stretch marks and pregnancy. And if you look at somebody said, how do stretch marks go away after pregnancy? And the question is, after I move around, check a lot of women and about and health records and the doctor's view on that. On the average, 70% of people or pregnant women do have stretch mark during pregnancy because of the stretchness of their stomach. But immediately after the delivery, childbirth, with time, some of these stretch marks will go back, and well, for some, they require a lot of maybe one or two things which we are going to talk about. Stretch mark pregnancy is a common issue, and it's not like it's that bad. But after the pregnancy, a beautiful woman need to put herself back to shape. Somebody mentioned cream, and before the cream, there are some other things we need to look at immediately after the woman gives birth. Getting rid of stretch marks after giving birth or after pregnancy is something that needs to be looked into, and we have to look at it one after the other. For those who don't know stretch marks, what are stretch marks? Stretch marks are lines that are drawn, that occur on the stomach. It's not only on the stomach, it can be on the shoulder, it can be on the thigh, on the hips, and it depends. So, but this one, we want to be specific about stomach stretch marks, and they varies in color. For some people, it's usually dark, probably dark stretch marks. Then for some other pregnant women, it can be purple and white, and while for some other people, it can be kind of white stretch mark, purple, dark, and brown stretch marks. So all these stretch marks are something like that. Some women don't fancy them, but for some, immediately after they give it vanishes by itself based on some other things. Why for others it doesn't? So what are those things a woman can do to remove all these things, or how can they remove it? So the point is, how can a woman who just give birth of a baby remove this stretch mark? How can you get rid of this stretch marks? And we're going to look at the steps one after the other. I think in our previous we talked about you seeing a doctor or a dermatologist. If the stretch mark is not going after delivering of a baby, you can as well see your doctor, complain to your doctor. In return, the doctor can actually get you or introduce you to a dermatologist. And some people don't even use dermatologists, they use skincare experts. So all these people that use skincare expert, they will look at your skin and they will recommend some things for you, some therapy for you, which is going to work for you. So I think that's the first step you should take when it comes to removing these stretch marks, the pregnancy stretch marks. The other thing you also need to do after seeing your doctor, probably you have no chance to see your doctor or all those things, you can go for skin therapy yourself. And skin therapy in the local world, some people use therapy, they use water to mop the stomach and all those things. But in modern world, they are modernized skin therapy which you can use. So all this skin therapy are different ways, different skin care. All this skin care, different kind of gadgets, different kind of machines can help you actually remove these stretch marks, these pregnancy stretch marks. And another thing we have seen is massage. Some people, when they massage the body gently, day in, day out, with time, the stretch marks will disappear. But the very recent one which I've seen is the laser surgery, laser therapy. This one is using a laser technology, modern technology, to actually burn off the stretch mark thing. Yeah, using a laser technology to actually burn out some of those things. I think that might be expensive, but if you are not that, if you don't have that kind of money for this laser surgery, then I think the best thing you can do is to go for stretch mark cream. There are some very highly recommended stretch marks cream that are very good. All the stretch marks, maybe either it's purple, either it's dark, but as long as you want to get rid of the stretch mark after this pregnancy, after delivery, then you have to go for stretch mark creams. Then go to the store, inform your dermatologist, it can actually prescribe one for you. But if not, get any other skincare experts around you. Get them to recommend a stretch mark cream for you. You apply it probably once or twice a day, and within the shortest period of time, within a week, within 2 weeks, something will just it will be disappearing gradually because it didn't just appear there immediately because of stretches, because of fats that have been because of stretches of the baby in the womb. So all these things are something you need to think about. And the stretch mark creams, be careful so that you don't go and buy like unrecommended or fake something. So you have to be recommended for you by skincare experts around you. Or you can go online, you can just type skincare. There are some free skincare experts that can actually tell you a particular stretch mark cream that is good for people to use after pregnancy, so that you can actually make those things disappear. And alternatively, you can actually reduce your fatty foods also, because you just gave birth doesn't mean that the period after pregnancy should be accompanied with eating of fatty foods. No, you need to do away with fatty food, reduce your fatty foods, then go more on fresh fruits, go more on fiber foods, then vitamin C rich foods, and these are fruits generally. So if you feed on fruits generally, then you understand and you enjoy you see the rapid. Because if you take vitamin C foods or vitamin D foods, all these fruits generally and vegetables, the primary function of all these things is that they actually vitamin D, they actually work on the skin, they repair worn out tissues on the skin, and when they do this, the stretch mark disappears because it's actually a skin problem as well. So if you eat vitamin C foods or vitamin D foods, which are fruits and vegetables generally, then you are on the way of getting those things eradicated. The stretch mark on your body getting eradicated even after giving birth. Another thing is you also need to look into aloe vera products. There are some stretch mark creams that contain aloe vera products, and based on sampling, based on what I've seen, I think stretch mark creams that contain aloe vera products are very good and are recommended. And so then some people also recommended tepics, that is using warm water for tepics, and probably it works for the skin and the body generally. It also works, and I think I recommended that. But the next thing is also, if you really want to remove the stretch marks after giving birth, then you also need to avoid some harsh creams. Maybe like as somebody just as a nursing mother, as a fresh mom, you need to avoid some harsh cream, but go for plant oil instead. Plant oil like coconut oil, like olive oil, like melon oil, all these naturally occurring oil are very good when it comes to skin care, when it comes to stretch mark treatment. So if you want to treat your stretch mark organically, naturally, then go for plant oil. And a good example is coconut oil, olive oil, and all those things. Those oil are not actually harsh. They are just gentle on the skin, and with time you will see the stretch mark disappear and vanish. And so I think that is, you also need to consider that. And then I'm going to ask you that, okay, as a nursing mother or somebody who has passed through the stage of pregnancy and you still have stretch mark all over your tummy, then you need to also reduce your exposure to sunlight. Because for some people, when they use normal cream, normal whitening cream or their toning cream, within the shortest period of time, they see lines. So if you need to reduce your exposure to sunlight, don't walk in the sun. Probably walk in your car or stay at home or on the shed, or probably use umbrella when the sun is too harsh. So I think if you do that, you see that the rate at which the stretch marks on your stomach will be reduced. I think that is one of. Then you also need to maintain personal hygiene. Take your bath regularly, eat good food, drink more water, and make sure your body is neat, and use highly mild creams, not harsh creams. So if you have stretch mark on your stomach, then since you are after the stage of pregnancy, then you have to go for mild creams, not harsh creams, not bleaching cream, not toning cream. Just go for mild creams, and you also use mild soap as well. So your soap also determines. So you don't need to go for highly harsh organic cream. So just go for organic soap or mild soap at least for that period. And I think so. Also, what kind of food you take. And that is that. So that's all we got for you today. So looking at all the points above which have been mentioned in this video, then I think that's one of the best way you can remove the stretch marks which is being caused by a pregnancy. After childbirth, then you are free. So all those things, but never forget to consult your doctor or dermatologist, so can actually cover you for actually recommend more method of removing stretch marks after pregnancy for you. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.